Yeah, and I'm really excited that Santi, you and the team decided to finally add. Every ship has info, but now we got all these little,
Yeah, you have more details
extra
now.
little components, modules, crew details. I mean, this is getting serious.
And it's actually such a cool overall thing because now we can like question more things and it's like, is this actually something? Is this going to be connected to this? And how it's so cool to just like think of all these things. It's actually it's such an interesting like time that we're in and everything like that to be part of these things.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Hey, Santi, I got a question. I don't know if this is alpha, if you can release the answer to it. Um, so when it comes to our players in the game, will there be any type of like experience slash like leveling up system? I don't know if you can say that or not. Obviously, that's more AAA game, next year. But is that going to be a thing?
Yeah, there will be skill tree experience
Beautiful. Yes.
for players.
All right.
Yeah, we
Let's
don't want
go.
people to get bored like in the same loop. That's
Yep.
something that even happens in the best MMOs. So we want to be super careful with that.
Right.
And yeah, we don't want people to get stuck in loops where you are just doing every single time the same task.
Sorry. What is going on?
Okay, I'm back.
Sorry.
I think.
I accidentally muted everybody.
No problem.
No problem.
It's a
I love
conspiracy.
to
She was
drop in that
working
alpha.
for
I was just
Star
trying to
Atlas.
protect
Santi was
everything,
saying too
Santi.
much.
Yeah,
You pushed the
Santi,
red button.
you told us too much.
It was a
Illuminated
sign. It was a sign.
confirmed. It's a
Too much.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
She's working on the back end.
All right. So I think everyone is here. I see Ardo. Hello. How are y'all doing today?
What's
Oh,
going
snap.
on?
The captain? The captain?
The captain has arrived.
The man with the abs
Okay.
all over Twitter?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Moon Man.
Yo, hold on. I love you, Ardo, but the fact that you're any NFT in your body, this is amazing.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but I guess since you are, go for it.
Yeah, people need something to kind of giggle about. That's look at Karush. He
like,
laughed. He thought it was
Star
funny.
Atlas really has something for everybody.
Yeah, for real. Final Frontiers is going to turn into a team of models. No good.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
We might get a cover on GQ, though, so that's always good. So let's think about that. That being the case, Ardo, keep dropping those photos.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. No, that's really cool that you guys are doing that, auctioning that off for charity, though. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, cool. So we ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, hello. I just want to thank all of you guys for joining Santi, Moonman, and myself for our second Star Atlas Guild chat. So I have a few guild reps joining us today. I'm going to go ahead and give a brief highlight on some of the things that they have going on currently, and then we'll go ahead and get into our ship discussion and hopefully answer any questions that you guys might have. So, sound good? Santi, we already asked you, how are you doing again today?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to the weekend to get some rest.
Yes.
This has been a pretty busy week, getting ready for the next week. So, yeah, feeling great overall.
Awesome.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm happy you joined us. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Moonman, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I just cashed my check for my real job. Looking forward to telling them to kick rocks come mid-November.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm feeling great. Hopefully this little score thing we got going on here soon is gonna do all that for me. Just kidding, but no, I'm feeling great today. I'm feeling good. This is exciting.
All right, cool. So today I have JP from Banana DAO. So recently, Banana DAO, you guys recently joined the UMO, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and I know you guys are holding your first town hall next week on November 9th. So if anybody is interested on learning more about like what they have to offer, like I definitely recommend you attend their town hall. There's always great information in the town halls that you guys put out, everybody puts out. Also, I may have heard a little rumor that you guys might have some ship giveaways coming up.
Yep. Yeah, we're
we're trying to give back to our community a little bit more. So definitely in our Discord's the place to be for that. We're going to be doing much more regular giveaways.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add? You want anybody to know?
We're just hard at work. You know, the team and I are working every single day on this. No rest. So lots of cool things coming, but not too much I can leak yet.
Awesome. Cool. And then let's see, where are you? We also have the Dawn Kane from the Atlassian family. So Atlassian just launched this really cool website. If you guys haven't had a chance, like, I definitely recommend checking it out. It highlights all the guilds and their objectives. But I also heard that you're working on another research project. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Indeed. Can you guys hear me all right?
I can hear you.
We can. We can
Yep.
hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, that was kind of the vision launching this thing in the first place, was that it wasn't just going to be a guild listing website. That's only going to be one of the modules, and we have plans to expand it and like the next avenues of research. And underneath our pinned tweet, we actually posted a poll for what people want to see next, and the 4 things listed are kind of things that we're going to do, but we haven't really started it. So we're going to basically use that poll to see what people want to see the most, and the next or the leading thing so far. The poll doesn't end for 6 days, but the leading thing so far is going to be an Atlas Polis deep dive. That's what it seems like the community wants, and I think it's safe to say we're pretty good at doing our research, and so if that's what the vote ends on, then that's probably what's going to come next. But as far as the website itself goes, this is going to be continually updated. We're going to add more guilds, and we're also right now working with the guild Deep Profits to integrate a product that they actually just released like 30 minutes ago, I believe. And I won't spoil that product for you. I'll let Deep Profit talk a little bit about that, but we're going to integrate that on our website, and that's kind of the plan.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Huge.
I was actually just looking at that. What Xcode.
By the way, this website is beautiful.
Thank you.
It is. It's really the website's awesome, and it gives so much great information. I think it's a great tool for anybody, either trying to decide what guild to join or just looking for more information on what they have to offer and what they're all about. It's really awesome that you guys put that together.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so since you bringing up Xcode, or I guess Deep Profits, I wanted to go ahead and say hi, Xcode. Hi. So you were telling me about that really cool tool that tracks the assets within all the guilds. Do you want to explain to us how that works a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
So I've been kind of dropping hints on this for a few weeks in the Interstellar Alliance meetings, and it's ready to go now. The Amarna group, the Atlassian family, and the Equinox Starfleet have been really helpful in the last week testing this and getting the bugs worked out. I mean, I know there's still bugs in it, but the tool in a nutshell, you can create an NFT using this platform that I've created, and you can put this NFT into your guild members' wallets, and it will go through all those wallets and pull out all the ships, and it'll pull out all the Atlas and Polis, and it'll display it in the dashboard at FleetPass.app. And so this is the MVP. Like, this is the very first iteration of this product. But already the 3 guilds that are testing are there. I think Atlassian is coming on board sometime soon. And you can compare, how does Deep Profits fleet look compared to, Amarna's, and how does Equinox's fleet look? But where we're going with all this is that this tool will be able to give guild leaders all the information they need to know about their guilds. You'll be able to organize your guilds into, a rental fleet, or, if you want to focus on running trade missions and you want to advertise that to people, you can say, look, here's our wallet with all of our trade ships in it. And all that information is pulled live. So immediately when a new ship enters one of your members' wallets, it's displayed there on that dashboard. And that's just the ships, right? So if we get some traction, there is a cost to the NFTs. I want to keep that cost as low as I possibly can, where it lets me keep developing these features and giving you guys all this information. So not only is there that dashboard at FleetPass.app, but there will be a kind of a JSON file that then, like, if you're a programmer, you know what I mean. Like, you're going to have access to the data that's available in your wallets, and you'll be able to do whatever you want with it. You could build your own dashboard competing with us if you wanted to. You can drill down there and pull out some coin that I don't know about. You know, you can pull that out of your guild's wallet and display that to your community if you want. So Deep Profits is we have a section in our Discord channel now where you can come and you can look at the roadmap for the product. You can submit bug reports. You can put feature requests in there. We're all excited to work with the communities to try and give us the information that we need to know about our fleets so that we can organize, so we can cooperate against enemy factions, against enemy fleets and stuff like that. So I don't know, that's the vision. That's kind of where I'm going with this thing, but super nervous, super excited to release it today in alpha. It's been a long haul over the last month to get it to this point. So but I'm very excited to share it with you guys. It's FleetPass.app is the address. Go check it out.
I think it's absolutely awesome. I was looking at it today, and I think it's going to be a great tool going forward, especially for the guilds that are working together.
100%. I have one question for you, and it's I think that I am speaking in the name of every single person or guild who is listening to this, and it's how can we use it? For example, a guild wants to put they want to use the product that you're building. How can they get to use it?
Yeah, so I don't have very sophisticated tools around selling these NFTs yet. And they have to be made very specifically to function as a FleetPass. So to eliminate any kind of like fog around how to do this, I'm inviting people who are guild leaders to come to our Discord and introduce themselves. Just express interest that they want a FleetPass. I will create a wallet in our Metaplex store that will be used to mint your FleetPasses. And I'll have the private key for that. You're going to deposit 1 SOL to that address, and I will create a logo. I will mint the first 10 NFTs and then give them back to you, and then you'll be able to distribute them to your guild members, kind of thing. So there's a bit of a back and forth, but it's to create trust between me and the person who's buying these things from me until there's like proper tools where you can just click a buy button and it comes to you, sort of thing. But the simplest thing you can do is you come, you set up an account with us, you ask for an NFT, we build it together. We have artists in our guild that can craft the graphics for you if you want, or you can supply your own. It's a little bit more expensive if you have one of our artists do it, because that artist actually gets paid as part of the smart contract. So, and I know Interstellar Alliance has used some of our people. There's a number of guilds that have used our artists already to build their own guild artwork. And Equinox is actually one of them. Interstellar Alliance is another. So that process is you come to our website, our Discord, we set up an account, you drop a bit of SOL in there, we make the NFTs and we send them back to the address where the SOL came from. And then you distribute those NFTs to the wallet holders of people who have ships in your guild. And what we found just in our testing is that most guilds have like a few people, like a top 10 or a top 20 that really have most of the assets. And if you can get 10 of these things into those wallets, you have a really good idea of what your guild will look like, right? So I would just want to make the barrier to entry as low as possible. I know there's a bit of back and forth right now, but that seems to be the safest way to do it. And there's not a whole lot of financial commitment there. And then once you see it's all working, you can order more fleet passes. I set the target around 0.04 SOL each, so about $10 per fleet pass. The NFT itself is $5 to mint. So me and my other developers are splitting $5 per pass between us to provide this service. So I think that will scale well, especially as Star Atlas grows. I think the value in these things for people with $50,000 worth of ships in their wallets is incredible. Maybe not so much for that one guy that has just one Opal jet or whatever, but they can still hold a guild token that has their guild's logo on it and still feel like they're part of that group and see their ships become part of the fleet as they add ships to their wallets or whatever, right? So that's the process. I don't know if you have any questions around that, but
not from my side, but maybe someone here in the chat wants to ask any questions.
That's going to be huge. Xcode, it's Ardo, by the way. Definitely get with me. I got something huge for you. So I look forward to our prosperous relationship with you guys.
Yeah, man. And what you mentioned something that reminded me, Sante, like when Squad's DAO comes out, these tokens will be usable as your Squad's DAO token as well. So I'm intentionally not making them Squad's DAO tokens right from the get-go because I want people to have the choice to tie their real life ID with their ships and their wallets and stuff. So for now, DAO tokens are separate from fleet tokens, but that's already on the roadmap. We're already minting those. And yeah, if you wanted your fleet passes to also be DAO tokens, we could do that. But the tool's all there. Like the market's there. We have the artists. We have the tools to build all this stuff. So anybody that wants to get into this kind of thing, like, you know, I'm happy to help. If you want to mint your own tokens and pay some kind of a nominal fee to have yourself listed, be my guest. Like, I want to get this tool into as many people's hands as possible. So.
Cool, man. Great. And thanks for doing this. It's huge for the guild ecosystem.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to be awesome. So we also have Ardo. How are you doing? Abs of Steel.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I know you guys have a lot going on right now. I know you have your seed investment round running. You have some really big projects and really big giveaways in the works, right? You're also currently expanding your recruitment to blockchain devs. Is there anything else you would like to add and let the community know?
Yeah, we've got so much going on. We have some more promotions coming. I was really excited to release the Lachlan Monroe promotion.
He's great.
We're hard at work on our NFT stuff. We are working on a migration of our website, and it's going to have some extremely innovative tools for Star Atlas and the metaverse, as well as for the Final Frontier community. We do have some huge media stuff getting ready to come out soon, and Karush has been working really hard on that. And we also have some dealings with a few legendary athletes that's coming up as well. So you guys will start seeing some of that content coming soon. But I'm just astounded at the way this community is growing. And we definitely appreciate the support that Final Frontier has received. And again, I just coach to my members that it's all about doing more. When you think nothing else can be done, something else can always be done. And this Twitter space is absolutely amazing because it gives the guilds a chance to have a voice and have a way to promote themselves, especially the smaller ones, because I know it's a hard knock life on Twitter, right?
Absolutely. But that's why I kind of wanted to do this, just so we could get all of you guys up here and, you know, stay posted on what you're doing. I think there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes with each and every one of the guilds. It's really cool to just even get a little peek into what all of you are doing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then we share some things with you know, of course we have our weekly UMO meetings. The UMO is great. And for those who just might not know much about it, it's not formed by politicians, right? That's not the intent. It's for relationships. It's for partnerships. It's for commerce. It's for protection. And the UMO does provide filters of protection, as we have sworn to defend each other. And it's just another historical moment for the metaverse, because it is the first unity of this much organizations inside of the metaverse that Star Atlas has provided for us. And I'm very thankful for the idea that Christian, had, and we've been able to build on that and make it what it is today. So outside of that, we have some big things coming with our Discord as well. And Xcode, you're the man. I really appreciate all you've done for the space as well. Atlassian family, outstanding job, and the amount of time that you've put that stuff together. That was pretty impressive, and we absolutely loved the content. I'm pretty sure the whole Star Atlas community did. Again, it's another place for guilds to have a voice and for people to learn more as they're starting to flood the metaverse space. And I see we have some of my members on here trolling me about my abs. But it's Moon Man's fault. But again, Ash, you're literally going to be a very significant figure in the metaverse. So we all look forward to supporting your growth as well. It's not just about the guilds; it's about contributors like you as well.
Well, thank you. I'm just happy to be a part of it and along for the ride right now. So I love this community. Everybody's been so amazing and so accepting, and it's just been a lot of fun. You guys are a lot of fun. So we also have, let's see. I know I was trying to get Equinox up here. Did you grab the invite to speak?
We also have Lumina. He's the leader of the biggest Turkish guild of the Star Atlas Coexist, and I'm sure he has some updates to share. If you can let him in.
Absolutely. Which one is he?
He's Lumina. Lumina, can you please?
Can you request?
I don't know if you need to request.
Oh, Lumina, I see you. I'll send a request right now.
And also Equinox as well.
Yeah, I've sent having a boom. Let me just see. Are you guys?
Until he joins.
Okay, perfect.
He's the leader of the biggest Turkish guild, and they have been working in an awesome project. I don't know if everyone saw it, but they have been working in like a mini game, like a tutorial game for Star Atlas. You can see it. I don't know where it's posted, but it's pretty cool. I shared the videos, and it's huge actually that someone did that for Star Atlas. So big congrats to the Coexist Guild.
I did see that. That was really, really awesome. Like, there's so much talent within this community. It's great to see it all coming through. I'm wondering.
Okay, we have Equinox
joined. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Sorry guys, I was having a totally boomer moment there. Couldn't figure out how to be a speaker.
It's all good.
It's nice to meet everyone. Thanks for inviting me, Ash. So my name is Ark. I'm the leader of Equinox Starfleet.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. We've got some exciting news coming up. Actually, we're gonna release our trailer today.
Awesome.
Huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
or will you be posting it on Twitter?
Yeah, that's right. So you're gonna schedule it for just after this meeting. So I'm pretty excited.
That's very cool. I would.
Lumina is going to be requesting to speak. He just commented on it. I believe we got to look for him in the audience. I think he's ready to come up.
So Equinox, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your guild. I don't think that we had you in the previous guild chat.
Yeah, sure. So I guess Equinox is linked to the Equinox Launchpad. So what happened was Willie Kerr, the CEO of Equinox Launchpad, had a giveaway competition over at BitCloud for some allocation for Star Atlas. And then so we sort of all got together after that, all the winners, and I said, why don't we just start a guild? And Willie Kerr was really keen on doing that. So we're basically a guild that wants to essentially become a community or a home for all crypto enthusiasts and gamers. And I guess it's going to be focused mainly on our guild, which is going to come up soon. We've got a writer and an artist. Hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll have that up and coming.
Cool, great.
Beautiful.
So I don't know if there's something else to add.
Yeah, Lumina. Let's see. Lumina, I keep trying to add you. Okay, it says you can speak now.
We're struggling with.
Okay, I'm gonna have to drop somebody really fast, and then let's see.
You can drop me out if you want. Go for it.
And then I'll add. Okay, we're connecting. Hi, how are you doing today?
I didn't know this wasn't working on desktop, so I had to switch back to the at the phone. Hey guys, well, thanks for this opportunity. All right, this is Lumina. I am the guild master of the biggest and probably the only one Turkish-speaking guild of Star Atlas. We have close to more than 1,000 members now, growing every day. We have our regular Twitch streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are in the process of also doing the similar thing like the profits are doing with the NFTs, which actually I probably will have to talk to the profits more about that, because last time I checked, I think in the previous town hall meetings, Michael said that they are going to supply the guilds with some sort of tools so that they don't need the expertise in terms of creating NFTs and whatnot. So we are kind of waiting on that, but we're still building on it. Yes, Santi, you're absolutely right. Because we are, like, as all of you, we are so hyped about this game, and the white paper and the tokenomics paper are great, but not everybody are actually reading them all the time. So we decided to create a sort of a mini game, which is built in Unreal Engine 4, where you can just go around and interact with NPCs and learn about the game, learn about the ships, staking and different types of pools, the story behind our guild. The voiceover are all in Turkish, but we have English subtitles, and we just released the beta version of it, and I uploaded on Twitter. You can download it. Do not worry, there's no Trojans or anything in it. I know people are kind of skeptic about downloading stuff, but it's a built-in thing. You don't have to install anything. You just have to download it and run it. You can just interact with things. There are a few Easter eggs in it too. Also, one of our guild members have been really busy with creating merch that has Star Atlas and Coexist related things on it, and we're planning to do some NFTs on top of that. Other than that, we are really psyched. We have been theory crafting almost every night. And by the way, we are also very proud to be a part of the UMA. I really see it as definitely one of the biggest milestones in the entire metaverse. And if you think about it, and then Ricky is absolutely right. I think this is probably the first pack that's signed in the metaverse environment that includes multiple guilds. So I think it was something that was gonna go into the history books. To be honest, we are really looking forward to work with UMA and all the other guilds that would like to work with us. We are a peaceful domination and trading and mining guild. Santi was generous to be on our stream a few weeks ago, and for those of you who are looking forward to another stream with Michael this time, you are more than welcome to join us, because Michael will join us live on Twitch on November 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you are curious about it, you can contact me anytime. I can send you the link. Other than that, I don't know. We are really hyped and psyched about this whole project, and we've been, like I said, theory crafting almost every night, trying to create or come up some sort of ideas by looking at those images that we can find online. We are doing giveaways too. Currently, our giveaways are kind of tailored towards the Turkish community, but we are planning to do it for the entire Star Atlas community. Other than that, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot already. You have been doing great stuff, man. Thank you very much for spending so much time inside the Star Atlas metaverse and building. It's huge. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you can be any help. And by the way, the Atlassian family is, unfortunately, we couldn't finish our manifesto and the actual story behind a Coexist. And that's one of the main reasons why I couldn't send you the documents. But now I saw the website. It's great. We'll definitely upload our own info on that. It's just, we're just trying to finalize our story, the Coexist story, which is going to be a couple pages. So that's why we're kind of waiting on it. Once we're done, I'm going to upload all the required documents to the website, and we'll be on it too.
Awesome.
Fantastic. I will have to jump, friends.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to join a town hall in the Brazilian community. So if there's someone who speaks Portuguese, it's more than invited to join. It's in the Brazilian Star Atlas Alliance. So, well, thank you, Ash, for inviting me, and thank you to everyone who joined.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun, and hopefully next time I can stay the whole time.
Sounds good. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend, Santi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Santi.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we also have Ronan and Dreaming Dragon from the club. Hi, guys. Ronan.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks, and yourself?
I'm doing really well, thank you. So I know that you guys also have a lot going on. I recently spoke with Lloyd, and he told me about a YouTube series that you have where you're discussing the ships in depth. And I actually think that this is a great segue into the topic that we're discussing today a little bit more. So do you want to tell us about your series and then I guess start us off on our ship discussion?
Oh, of course. So we basically came up with the idea of taking each ship individually, and even the environment that Star Atlas and the images that Star Atlas provides us with, and use them as reference for coming up with ideas as to what modules and what kind of concepts we could come up with for the future and so on that you might need or basically require for like, say, mining claims or the farm claims, or more so recently where I made one on even like the C9, and where Star Atlas has been able to give us so much more depth now with their update for all of like how the components, the crew, and even the modules come about for each of these ships actually helps to basically define, what is it that we're going to be able to expect from each of these ships that we're going to basically be able to pilot through the metaverse itself. And so basically, I have an amazing a little team there at the club that helps me with a lot of the analysis that comes forward, and we like basically brainstorm about everything and anything that could be possible for each of these ships. And then we put them all together realistically, and then we're like, well, these things will come, these things are possible to come about and everything like that. And then we want to share it with everybody throughout the entire community to, not only say get our brains working, but get their brains working as well, and empower them to also think of, what is my possibilities for my ship and everything like that. I've got now, let's say this an awesome opportunity to be able to not only grow my own knowledge, but also basically help others think about all of these small little things that may be coming about in the future, which is honestly just a great opportunity to just share with everyone. And as a result of which we came up with this nice little series, and which has basically been going on for a little while. And I mean, as of right now as well, like I said, the main one of the main topics is the C9. And if we dive a little bit further into the C9 itself, we basically also spoke a little bit with Danny, one of the developers, or not so much spoke, but popped the question his way, especially with, I'm pretty sure, something that everybody's been looking and maybe questioning about, which is the hull tanks for your ships and everything like that. And some really cool information that we got on that itself and everything like that was the requirement of drone port modules that you would need in order to have these hull tanks. And that's just such an awesome little gem to be able to find throughout all of these things. And now that we have a better detailed outlay of what each ship can offer, you can start thinking about little things that can come forward for each of your ships for the future.
Mm-hmm. I know I started watching some of the videos that you have in the series, and they're incredibly informative. Like, they are great. You do an amazing job breaking everything down.
Yeah, thanks. I can't take the credit fully for that, honestly. Like, there's the people in the club's community honestly just came together, and we just like, let's analyze this little point over here, and we're just like, well, we want to share this with everyone, really, because this is such an amazing opportunity to be able to think of these things. Why not let other people even brainstorm even further than this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's very exciting what you guys have going on. I guess let's hear what are you guys' thoughts about the new ships that they're launching on Tuesday? I know we're all really excited about this.
I want them
Absolutely
all.
phenomenal.
I want them all.
Don't we all? No.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Ombre, however you say it, very, very closely. That is, it's probably my favorite ship that I've seen so far come out. It was the Hero before because I picked up one of those, but that Ombre, oh buddy, that thing is nice.
I would say how people should think about them, especially people who are just getting into the space. To be selective, right? Don't be googly-eyed and just purchase because it's there. Get the ship that's going to fit what you want to do in Star Atlas, right? If you're not going to be a bounty hunter or a data runner, then maybe you need a different ship. So make sure that what you're getting, you're actually going to utilize and earn with it.
Yeah, I think that's a great point to bring up as well. I know that we all get excited from the pictures and everything, but ultimately it's the utility and what you're going to be using it for, right?
Exactly. It's exactly that. It's literally deciding, what is your play style? What is it that you enjoy doing? Is it PvP? Is it PvE? Is it going to just be something missions, or are you are you just going to be able to, or do you want to just transport resources? And at the end of the day, it's you just making sure that you're going to kosher or meet the requirements that you want to do within this game and within this metaverse itself.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. You know, the C9, something that really stood out to me about the C9 was the fact that you can load it up with F4s. We're not sure exactly how many yet, but having a C9 show up and then unload all its F4s is going to be pretty powerful, especially if you have multiple C9s.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the C9 as well. Just something I wanted to bring up with you guys. So just comparing the Calico Guardian and the C9, I know they're the same sort of price from the initial sale, but the C9 is about, 33% larger than the Calico, has two commander-sized guns and a larger hangar. What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you think the advantage is that the Calico has that sort of makes it essentially worth the cost of two commander-level weapons hardpoint, I guess?
I think it boils down to what you're going to use it for. Again, one of the Guardian specialties is that it does have a part of its hangar specialized for compacts, but also the C9 is meant to be a male-female connection with the R8. It's designed to be rapidly fueled by the R8. So I think there's a lot of things that we just do have to consider, like you were saying, what's going to be the utilization? And it is a command level ship. Are you a commander? Or will you command that large of a fleet to make it useful?
Oh, yeah, that's right. But I think I was more referring to the fact that I guess the C9 just has more, hard points in regards to the weapons and also a larger hangar. But it's the same size of same class as the Calico Guardian. And I'm wondering if those parts are interchangeable, meaning, I guess, if you can fit a hull tank in a capital size hangar, can you then fit that inside the Calico Guardian, or whether that's just specific to the ship?
So the Calico Guardian also has a drone capital port. So with the Calico Guardian, from what I understand with Danny explaining, you would technically be able to also add a hull tank to the Calico Guardian as well, because of the fact that it does have a capital size drone port, the same as the C9. Obviously, the C9 has its own basically like advantages, as that it has a lot more firepower over most of the other capitals, and as such, it would be a dominating factor in PvP and PvE missions, maybe for instance. But whereas the Guardian, it has multi-role, so you'll be able to interchange between a lot of things throughout your experience in the metaverse itself and everything like that. So the C9 has a more like protect and an attack kind of operation on it, whereas the Guardian, you're going to be able to just basically be able to constantly change between a larger variety of things, not beating down the C9 in any way.
I thought that the hydroponics on the Guardian was interesting. I'm kind of envisioning the ability to go into deep space with a Guardian and like a small fleet and be able to be relatively self-sustaining in that sector without having to go back to home base quite as often. Whereas a C9 is the kind of thing that is, like you said, kind of an attack defend kind of commander ship, whereas the Guardian is more of a flexible, can kind of venture into deep space and kind of be the head of that fleet and have a hydroponics and stuff of that nature to help you be self-sustaining in those environments for longer.
I agree 100% with that, because Ricky was saying earlier on as well, is the R8 is basically like the male-female like co-part with the C9, for instance, and everything like that. So does that mean that maybe the C9 might not be able to travel as far or anything like that without having to have that refuel option to it and everything? Whereas with the Guardian, like you referenced to, we have the hydroponics. Now the hydroponics is going to be able to supply your crew with enough food for those deep space expeditions, and you're going to be able to fit that drone port instead of like with the whole tanks and everything like that. You're going to be able to get your explorer drones now in order to advance yourself or get that little bit of step ahead in exploring the future metaverse like sectors basically or region.
And
Yeah,
I
that'd be
think one
cool.
thing, I think one thing that has to be mentioned about the Calico Guardian as well, or I mean about the C9 though, is it has a med bay. Calico
Mm.
Guardian doesn't have a med bay, but through hydroponics, I imagine there are going to be resources that you can obtain from having one of those and actually create some type of meds or plant medicines that can actually do some healings. So you might not even necessarily need a med bay.
Yeah,
So it
Yeah, I'm
almost makes
wondering
the
also,
Guardian stand out even more.
if
exactly.
maybe in the future, they'll have additional modules like a lab or something like that, or research facility within the Guardian. That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, we'll have to
And
wait
these
and see
modules are
what future.
interchangeable. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what future modules they might bring about and everything like that. But it's such a cool concept as well, like because we never really saw most of like the underpart as well of the Guardian up until more so recently when they added more of the gallery. So now we can understand a little bit more of also what the firepower is that the Guardian basically has for itself and everything like that. And it's not a little ship that's going to not be able to defend itself in any way or anything like that. But it does also seem more of a ship that is going to be able to do that little bit more of an exploration because of like the hydroponics and everything like that.
Yeah, I
To
think
kind
these
of
two ships are very, very interesting.
I'm personally excited about the R8, the repair ship. I think it really fits a unique role. The Gal brochure was the only repair refuel that we've seen so far, and I'm really glad that they brought the price down. I was super bummed out when it was over that $9,000 mark. It's out of my price range personally, but it's something that I'm excited to have in our fleet and deploy. And I think it's going to mean, again, along with the Guardian, even though it refuels the C9, I think that having a repair machine along for the haul and a refueler will make a big difference in downtime. I think the mini game we're going to see that if you have an R8 in your fleet, you don't have to. You can come back once every 2 weeks instead of once a week to click the buttons and send your ships out and stuff again. So that's definitely the thing I have my eye on. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd buy an R8.
Yeah, I do believe that it's very important for all the big guilds to, or really everybody in the UMO, to have at least one R8, if not 1 to 3 R8s. I feel like that's a very, very valuable ship.
Yep.
Me too. It's one of those things not
that.
quite as exciting. It's not quite as exciting, but it's something that's going to be necessary.
Yeah,
Something
agreed.
also, sorry, go for it.
I think it's going to be
I was just going to say, some of these guilds too, especially if we're in the same faction, looking at the universe or the metaverse as almost like a bullseye. Each faction, you got 3 factions, so you've got a lane going to the middle. If some of these UMO guilds are in the same faction, we're going to be going to the center of the universe, to that diamond planet, so say. Even if one of the teams doesn't have an R8, us all moving together, as long as a couple of guilds in that faction do have an R8, obviously we're all in, workings with each other, so we can, hey, you can refuel at ours, whatever the case may be, so that helps too. But
for sure,
I guess that would be something to find out. Let's find out how many guilds in the UMO all have the same faction, and whichever one has the least amount in that faction, well, then we need to make sure that those guilds have a couple of R8s.
Yeah,
for sure.
Now, like something also very interesting with the launch of these 4 ships is one of the ships being that Epic class freight. So if we compare this Epic class freight compared to the pack lights and everything like that, we can see as well that this freight is it seems more so of a self-sufficient, almost more along the lines of freight compared to the pack light. But if we take into comparison of how much storage each one can take, the pack light can take a far more so sufficient storage, but the Rainbow itself has I would say, a far superior form of self-defense. So where you're going to be able to, instead of hiring maybe say security for yourself with where you're going to mainly need that with the pack light, with the Rainbow you might not need that as much. Depending on how many you may have within your fleet and everything like that, you may be able to actually fend for yourself more so with the Rainbow than the pack light. Obviously, it's all taken to comparison with depending on how your playstyle is with your guild, and depending on how many resources you're going to be able to transport for your guild. So if you're doing things more for your guild, they'll obviously be able to provide you with a security service. But if it is, as of right now, that you would go for that, maybe say that lone wolf playstyle, and you were going to do something with a freight, then I mean the Rainbow would be looking a lot more juicier than the pack light for self-defense.
I'm kind of envisioning that the Rainbow is going to be more of like a same system kind of transport that does like smaller trips but shorter distances, and the pack light is one that's going to be doing much longer transport missions. So if it's going from like deep space to like an HQ in like the safe or middle zone, those kinds of expeditions that take longer and are much farther distances, I think the pack light is going to be the one to go for. But like you said, it kind of depends on what your role is. If you're with an organization, because like the pack light, I would imagine is going to need an escort because it's a little bit more vulnerable, and the is one that might be able to be more self-sufficient, but maybe can't go quite as far or carry as much. I'm curious what the art gallery is gonna. I'm curious what people's thoughts are on that.
I was gonna ask the same thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an idea behind it. I mean, I think that, this is just, again, part of the terror crafting that we have been doing every night, that since we will be able to do some sort of treasure hunts and actually get NFTs by doing some PvE action, not just PvP. And there are some posters too that we got through the Rebirth event, that I have an idea that when we get these type of, I call them artifacts. So if we go maybe to a planet and then have some sort of a PvE content or a mission that we do, and then we get maybe a reward in the form of an artifact that might be just something that you can hang on the wall of one of your ships, and that might give the ship some sort of a buff maybe. So I think there are all limitless potential here with these type of, because this art gallery, and actually when I look at Rainbow it says art gallery, there's only one art gallery and it's a small slot. But if you look at the the Thimble, it does not have an art gallery at all. So I think certain ships might have certain maybe stats or traits where they kind of work with these type of artifacts in their gallery.
If it's a valuable artifact, maybe you can't just throw it in a cargo container on the pack light. You have to have like proper, like a gallery type setting in order to transport it. So that's definitely an interesting, interesting idea. I think that's pretty likely, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. Sorry.
And the weird thing is, I looked up all the other ones. Like, I think Rainbow is the only one that has an art gallery. That's the weird thing with the ships. I mean, I don't know if it was intentional or maybe they're going to update the ships in the future, but I looked at all of them, and Rainbow is the only one that has an art gallery, in it. Yeah. And even though that's a medium-sized ship.
But the Guardian has like a movie theater in it. So, I mean, it kind of trumps a gallery.
Right. Yeah. Could be. Yeah.
But I think it's also more so for the aesthetics feel of what the Rainbow offers and everything like that. Because when you look at the Rainbow, what do you envision yourself in this thing? It looks so transparent. It looks so different compared to most of the other ships that when you have a feel and you look at it and you think about it and so on, you think, well, this is like actual beautiful art already on the outside. So I'm pretty sure they had a whole concept behind, having that whole thing of where even Swagner said, like with your living quarters, for instance, where you're going to be able to have your art, which is in the form of your posters or as you said, might be treasures, which in the form of artifacts that you could post up on your walls. And that is something awesome that is offered for the rainbow itself. Something nice to also think about, though, with the Packlight is that the Packlight is basically a build-it-your-own ship. So you're going to be able to modify and do all of these other things that you want to the Packlight that I would say in a sense for transportation and making it efficient for yourself as a guild overall because of the size of its freights and everything like that. It's going to offer you a little bit more for that for like cost for fee wise for that long distance kind of stuff. Something that we were also thinking about, which would be such a cool concept if that ever was to come about, is because of the fact that the middle section of the pack lights is basically containers. It would be such a cool concept if somewhere down the line you could basically have a module that could in a sense link two pack lights to one another from that middle section, and then obviously your crew would get divided and everything like that and whatnot, and then your fuel would get divided as well. Obviously it's just like a theory or concept or an idea basically that could come further down the line, but because it is a make it your own ship, there is endless possibilities for you to do with the pack light. That trumps a little bit over on the rainbow side, but not shooting down the rainbow in any way. It's still an amazing ship in its own way for just the pure beauty of what it is.
I think we really have to. I think we really have to look at the comparison of the Calico Hero compared to the Rainbow Own. You're not going to have the art gallery in the Hero. You're not going to have the mess hall. But what you're going to have is you're going to have the same cargo slot. You're going to have fuel in there. And then if you look at all the components, they're damn near identical, except the Hero has a maneuvering thruster, one less maneuvering thruster. And the ship is smaller. And it's almost the same thing. Maybe I'm missing something here, but, and it's...
I think something...
oh, never mind. It's the Hero's a little bit more. I don't know why I was thinking the Rainbow was exponentially higher in price. Never mind.
I think something we need to all consider, and I know we've got to get our ship stuff sorted out, as well as the other resources, right? There's lots of resources that are going to roll out. But let's not leave out one important fact, that these avatars can fight too. So as much as the intergalactic fight or travel or exploration is going to be a big part of our gameplay, let's not forget when we find these new homes or new planets or what have you, the avatars have to get to work on the ground. So I would definitely consider strategies that are probably more MMO-like when it comes to what these avatars might have to do once they get off of the ships. What do you think, Ash? Right.
I'm sorry, about which part? The avatars?
Yeah, we do have like a large focus on ships and parts and interchangeability and exploration and, capabilities to fight. But we can't forget that the avatars have a big part in this too, and not just on the ships, but maybe on a planet where there's enemy NPCs, and now you have a avatar MMO fight in your hands that has nothing to do with the ships.
Right. I think that battle's going to be a huge part of all of this in a lot of different forms.
Yeah, I just I think it's something that guilds have to consider, right? I just don't want us to be over and forget that we have avatars to take care of, repairing ships, but also killing avatars. um, fighting with the ships, but also possibly having to fight with our avatars. I mean, they do have weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that there's a lot that's going to go into all of this. A lot of planning and strategizing. But so we are actually coming up on an hour. Do you guys want to keep chatting, or do we want to go ahead and call it? What do y'all think? How's everybody feeling?
We'll see if there's any questions in
Yeah,
this
if
crowd.
anybody has any questions, just hit the request or raise your hand. I'll do my best to scroll through. Also, I wanted to hear, what do you guys think about the, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, excuse me, but the Visas Ombre?
I think it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Isn't that
seems
the ship
highly
that's
specialized.
yeah? Isn't that the ship that's on the trailer? Like at the end of the trailer, with the camouflage into an asteroid. Because that's the bounty
I'm
hunter
not
ship.
sure.
I don't know. I don't know if it's also so much a bounty hunter ship as that is more like a function of like a pirate ship, because in the way that it was structured and everything like that, it almost looked more similar towards like a grenadier compared to this bounty hunter ship, whereas that one was more like rounded on the sides and everything like that to fit in with all of like the camouflage that is surrounded itself, compared to where this one doesn't feel like it would have that function, nor do I think it would be that large of a ship as in the trailer as well, because that in the trailer that ship was pretty large actually. But I mean, it was all speculation at the end of the day. But I also think like this bounty hunter ship also offers such a unique new playstyle also for people and so on. So now we've had fighters, we've had like the scanners, we've had their freights, we've had your capital ships, we've had the multi-roles come in and everything like that, and now we get presented with the bounty hunter role.
I'm
Now
curious.
there's a whole new section for people to dive into, and it's such a cool concept and so on to think about, because like, how do bounties come about? How do these missions come about? Is it going to be just NPCs, or would a faction actually, depending on what reputation you get throughout the whole metaverse with each faction and so on, if you had a bad rep with another faction, could they place a bounty on you? And could that ship be responsible for going to claim that bounty?
I mean, that's a crazy thought. I could definitely see stuff like that happening.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
the
other
way I
reason
look
I
at the
said that might be the bounty hunter is the fact that if you look at the GAO brochure, I know Michael said they're going to be deploying, close to 30 more ships until in a few months, and then overall probably 100 and 120 ships in a year or maybe more. But the only bounty hunter ship that was on that GAO brochure was the Visus Ambre, and and from the back, it kind of looks like that image in the trailer with the thrusters in the back, and also there are some like scanners on each side. I don't know. I mean, you might be right. That might not be the same ship, but this is the only one that's on the brochure. So
I'm curious
as
if
a bounty hunter
any.
ship.
I'm curious if any guilds are actually working bounty hunting into their model, or if we think that a bounty hunter type role is something that's going to be more of like a one-off loner type person. Like, do we think that guilds are going to have like groups of bounty hunters, or is that really something that's going to be more attractive to someone that's just kind of doing their own thing? And yeah.
So I have seen a guild. And forgive me, I don't remember which guild it is, but I have seen when they had the guild recruit chat, there was a guild dedicated to bounty hunting. Unfortunately, I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, I can say this as a member of Final Frontier, an operations officer. Bounty hunter is very appealing to me, but when I think of bounty hunting, I don't think of the score. I don't think of the mini game, only because it's not going to be 3D interactive Unreal Engine 5. You're walking to your ship, you're getting in your ship. Almost think of like Star Citizen. I don't see that being in the mini game. So when they are the fact that they're releasing the Ombre now, and they're categorizing it as a bounty hunter ship, it's really makes me wonder like how in depth and how much are we going to actually be able to do in this score mission. this score game. I know all of what they've said so far, but it just seems a little bit weird that they want to title it Bounty Hunter, because me personally, that's going to be one of the things that I do. I plan on building a Bounty Hunter team. And if it happens to go the way that I think it's going to go in the score, then I'm probably going to be picking up a couple of those, and there will be some recruitment sent out for that. But I just don't see the Bounty Hunter style play that I envision in my head coming to the AAA game. But then again, I do not know yet. But if it does come in score, then anybody listening to this down there in chat or in the audience, hit me up, because I plan on doing something real nasty with that.
Yeah, I think if it's in score, it's going to be more of an NPC thing, right? We're not going to be bounty hunting each other. It'll just be another mission.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
I know someone who's going to play Bounty Hunter for sure, and that's Santi. So,
also, that ship we saw in the asteroid field is probably an NPC. I mean, you know what I mean? Because you'd have to be sitting there waiting for somebody on that path, versus it just picked somebody up and activated. So that bounty hunter that we saw in the asteroid field, I'm guessing, is an NPC, not something they're going to sell us anytime soon.
Gotcha. Very interesting.
I have
but I mean, how cool
that...
of a concept could that be, like, for your guild and everything like that, if there is another guild out there that has like the whole bounty hunter aesthetic around it, and let's say your forces weren't able to really track down this individual, if it was ever to, the bounty hunter role was ever to become as a PvP role itself, but then you would hire this other company and everything like that. It's just such an overall cool concept for a bounty hunter class to enter a metaverse of this scale, basically.
Well, I want to throw it out there right now. If score allows us to do that, then again, it might only be AAA. But if you guys need some bounty hunting done, like I said, go ahead and hit me up, because I've got some plans for that.
Volunteering to be a bounty hunter, everybody. So
I think Moonman and the Alessio family need to speak, because we're a mafia and we were considering making a bounty hunting ring.
Okay, yeah, let's speak, because I will actually say this too. I'll throw this out there. I've got a resume written for myself that I will release to the public once we figure out when bounty hunting is actually being incorporated into the game. So a couple alpha drops there, but no, I mean, we all know bounty hunting is coming, and I'm really excited about it. So,
well, and I must say,
let's talk, Don King.
Anybody knows anything about bounty hunting, it would be the mafia. So.
You messed up.
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed.
For sure.
Did D Profits? I know that you have something to add.
Oh, I was gonna say we're being the first people in this. We're gonna have giant bullseyes on our backs, and and maybe being as stealthy as possible might be one strategy. But I'm certainly not gonna be flying in a gold Calico Hero around. I'm going to be as discreet as possible.
Just normal skin. Nothing else. Classic skin.
Classic skin.
Not the red one. Nothing.
Super under the radar. Don't mess with that guy. And then if they do, then the nuclear whatever falls out of the cargo bay and explodes in their face, kind of thing.
Got to make it discreet, like literally send like 5 calicos in the beginning and so on, and then just like a rainbow that's like entirely made of gold in the back. It has nothing on it, but they'll go for that one.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So does anybody in the audience have any questions? If you do, you can request to speak and I'll bring you up. Maybe we can answer some of them for you.
I'm actually going to drop out. I got to put my kids to bed. So good night,
awesome,
everybody.
Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining. If not, I mean, we've been going for about an hour. So how do you guys feel about calling it? Oh, wait. I have one question. Yeah. You guys want one question?
Sure.
Hello. It's connecting. Hello. Can you hear us? Hello.
Looks like they need to unmute, but they got access.
Cancervero, you need to unmute.
of the Seraphs of the Stars guild. We are a search and rescue guild. And I have like a question. I've had a question for a long time about ship insurance, and if there's anybody here that knows anything about that.
They have said that they expect, or Michael has said that they expect third parties to come in to offer ship insurance, but that it's not something that Star Atlas itself plans on offering, as far as I know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Yeah, you're right.
So bottom line, we really don't know much about it yet, but we do expect, because the nature of decentralization, we expect third parties to come in and build on top of Star Atlas and offer those services. We just don't know much about it yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Michael mentioned that's going to be a third party thing.
I think it absolutely makes sense for someone to offer, but I think Star Atlas doesn't want the liability of being behind that, which is understandable. So
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I understand. And then I had another question. We are trying to implement like the stress signal that would be accessible from the game, but also alert everybody on our Discord.
You could make a functionality with a token, for instance, or something of that sort, where a tokenomics could basically alert you when a said NFT had something happen to it, or something of that sort.
Xcode left at the wrong time. I
feel
like that.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to leave
If
now.
only I pulled you up a few minutes sooner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would reach out to Deep Profits in their Discord, honestly.
Yeah, so you would basically be able to make a token that would basically represent a certain API. And then through that, you could basically be able to pull the data off of Star Atlas depending on what happens to a certain NFT. And then through that, you could basically be able to set up a bot that would read the API and then go through that to signal whoever is online at that time, this and this and this happened here. Get ready in this section or in this faction over here to deploy out, because you're probably going to get a request.
That's awesome, Ronan. Do you mind if I follow up with you later, sometime next week or the next?
Yeah, sure. You can ask me some of these questions. I used to be a blockchain developer as well, only for a short bit though. But I understand what you're looking for.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. Well, if there's nobody else, then I guess we'll go ahead and call it. Thank you, everyone, for attending our second Star Atlas Guild chat. I had a great time.
Thanks, Ash.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Nice meeting everybody.
Have a great
I'm gonna hit you up.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye,
guys.
guys.
Yes, sir.